really only leaves us with 3 more sets, I believe. Yeah, Dacky versus Webwipe, SB versus Jess, and Polo versus RK. So that's really exciting. You know, I don't know that much about Webwipe. Looks like oh Puff. Okay, yeah, that's I don't think we've seen much Puff other than Webwipe, really, right? I don't think there's anyone else.
Yeah, not too much, at least in singles. So the big defining thing about Webwipe as a player, well, there's a couple of things. First, we were commentating doubles. He is much more of a doubles player. He jokingly said, the reason I play singles is to get a better doubles seed, which is quite a funny thing to say. But the biggest defining thing about his playstyle is he is the opposite of a rest-heavy Puff. He goes for the kind of up throw rests, you know, like the kind of free ones, but he's not like a Toussaint or someone else where he's forcing kind of situations and trying to rest whenever possible, reaction tech chase resting. None of that really kind of comes out. He's much more the back airs, the tech chases kind of position of play.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, in a lot of ways feels kind of Hungry Box-esque. Hungry Box-esque, right? Because H-Box, I mean, he goes for up throw rest, obviously, and sometimes go for these like crazy YOLO rests, but it doesn't feel like they're setups. It feels like it's just sometimes he feels it in the moment and he goes for it, right? Versus like Toussaint, which is like, oh, he will go for the reaction tech chase almost every time. So is it kind of like that a little bit?
I would say so, yeah. Like I know Toussaint has said like my whole game plan in a way is like sort of built around like what can I rest? Like I want to rest everything possible. And I think that's a really cool way to play the character, but it's also interesting to see someone like Webwipe who has a very, very different style. But worth mentioning, Dacky, I believe, has a win over H-Box. So obviously pretty capable against Puff. And I'm pretty sure that this is one of the matchups Webwipe likes, although I'm not sure. But I've never really met a Puff player who thinks this is like not at least a little rough for Puff.
Yeah. I mean, this has got to be Puff's like at least one of her like worst matchups, right? Like,
I would say it is the worst. Because like, I think she does great versus Sheik. I think she probably slightly loses versus Marth.
Right.
But like, there's some good stuff you can do versus Marth. I think she also loses versus Falco, but like Fox does like basically everything better, it feels like. So I would say, yeah, this is probably her worst matchup.
Yeah. I mean, despite that, it's like the nice thing with Puff is that you can kind of beat up on Fox sometimes. You can get the rest combos, you can get the edge guards, even though Fox has like a ton of tools against her. Like, you can be comfortable in a weird way, even though it is, you know, Puff's arguably worst matchup. But, you know, we saw a little bit of the frustration from Webwipe. Like, I think when Webwipe got gimped on the right side kind of early-ish and got killed with like up throw up air, there was a little bit of like, like, not this again type of thing. So, yeah. I mean, just seeing that, not the best sign, but you know, we are on last stock, so I mean, Webwipe can definitely take this game one.
That was a big moment. They're both kind of feeling each other out. This is so big. Oh, but goes for the fourth throw. That can't have been intentional, I would imagine, at least. But the edge guard situation is there. Just a little bit slow on the rest, though.
Oh! First STI on the up air the entire game, or just, you know, maybe it was bad positioning. Is that back you're going to kill? No!
Just barely not. This is so close. You know, there was a time where Webwipe was down 2 stocks and it was looking pretty rough, but he gets another solid back air. If he does get another solid back air, he easily gets an edge guard. Dash attack is going to be huge, but he snaps a ledge, so good angle from Dacky.
And Dacky,
dash attack.
Looking, oh, that was so sick.
Oh, and that's still going to be enough for Webwipe to take the first game.
Yo, that last hit from Webwipe was so cool. He delayed his attack on the recovery for so long. It was like 2 beats off of what a normal Puff would have done, because it's like, oh, you just go out immediately here. Oh, you just go out and wait one kind of like full hop. But he waited twice.
Yeah, no,
that was so sick.
He does some things very differently that I really like. One of the things that I think he does really well, and it's probably a bit of a doubles habit, is he uses Nair very effectively. He's not afraid to kind of use Nair as a zoning tool. Not so much, again, like in the rest setups or to set up grabs, but just kind of like throwing out Nair as a neutral and trying to kind of space around his opponent. Like we just saw there, you know, as a punish tool as well as set up edge guards. Just a different approach than some other Puffs that we see. Can't be dropping that, though.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing that. sure. I mean, the nair usage for sure, and just like the general rhythm is like really, really interesting. Like, he seems to have a really good grasp on just like Dacky's timings and stuff, both on the offensive and the defensive. It seems like Dacky in this game can't really get much going, even though it is stadium.
Again, like obviously I have a bit of personal pride with the region, but it shows that kind of there is some serious talent in BC, and I think it's great to see a tournament that is hosted here sort of to highlight that talent. Webwipe, a very, very capable player.
Yeah, especially Dacky as kind of like one of the big like up and comers from like the online era, quote unquote. Right? Like Dacky definitely grinded tons of tournaments, has had like a lot of good wins, like Coal Bowl, I guess H-Box. I'm not sure if I'm
pretty
sure that correctly.
Pretty sure he did beat H-Box. Like it's one of those things that's like it's in my brain for some reason that Dacky beat H-Box this one time. So it must be true, right? Like,
yeah, sure. We'll just
came
say
in vision. Exactly.
Webwipe confirmed better than H-Box.
Oh man. Yeah, but right now, Webwipe with a decent advantage. One of the things about this matchup is it can just swing so hard in either direction, and as we see, Dacky evening it up, and it looks like that lead didn't even exist. You got 9%, it's completely back to even, but then the exact opposite can happen. Puff gets a bit of a momentum, gets a grab, suddenly they have a solid stock lead. It's tricky. Beautiful down tilt up there though.
No way, dude, that stock is so sick. The tech chasing Puff is like really, really hard, but when you get it, it's like so juicy. And yeah, the down tilt into the up air was just like a perfect percent.
Oh my god! And he lives. Wow. Okay, worth mentioning, he has not hit him in the last minute. Like there was so many moments where Webwipe was playing amazing, and then Dacky just zoned in. He got started kind of playing beautifully and got multiple amazing punishes.
Yeah, this is the opposite of Plup versus Prince Abu at that one Evo, where Plup just stopped. Okay, never mind. Game 3, Dreamland Classic counter picks. Depending on how this goes, we're gonna see FD in either 1 or 2 games. So,
linking back to a heritage moment in Melee, of course. I do believe Melee Stats has a video about that, if I recall correctly.
Dude, that is one of my favorite videos right now. I like, for those who haven't seen it, Melee Stats, Plup Abu, I think it's called the strangest set in history or something like that.
Of all time or something.
Yeah, watch that if you haven't had the chance after these matches, of course. Such a good video.
One thing that I love to bring up whenever I watch a Fox Puff set, especially as a former Puff player, is up throw up air is really hard on Puff. I think it's one of those things that we all just Fox players can all just do it now. They're all really, really consistent. They're even better at mixing up the up air timings so that you can't kind of get the SDI as consistently and even getting second hits. But it's something you kind of have to claw. It's really, really quick. Puff is such a light character, and I don't know, I feel like it's one of those things we all just take for granted. Like we watch a Fox Wave Shine a Peach or something, and it's like, oh yeah, everyone can do that, but it's hard.
Yeah, it's a strict timing. You have to get it really quick. You have to react, VI. Yeah, it's a bunch of things, like you said. And yeah, there's also the rock, paper, scissors of the mixed up timing of the up air, like you were saying as well. So, totally agree with you. And yeah, and also timing and positioning so that you get the second hit only. Slight optimization there for Dacky as well, giving no opportunity for the snap DI. Yeah, all really crazy stuff.
There's just, second hit is one of those things that, even though we are seeing it from players, it's not really something anyone is able to do consistently. And on the singing kind of side of things, no Puff player really has the SDI kind of down, especially if the Fox player is mixing up their timings ever so slightly and making it difficult for them. Ooh, wow, that's a smash. Webwipe leaning back in his chair, not feeling good about this set so far.
There's, another up throw up air, second hit only. Dude, I love that weak back here into up smash that Dacky just did before. That was just so clean.
Man, this is a situation where I gotta say, is this you go the other direction? If you lose this game, you go Yoshi's or something, or is that crazy?
I don't think it's crazy at all, because we see that from H-Box all the time, where it's if he gets kind of trunched on Dreamland, he goes down to Dreams, and oftentimes, that can end up winning the set for him. Because
second hit again.
Some Foxes, maybe Dacky in this case, is just so good with the space, right? Dacky lost game 1 on Battlefield. Maybe Webwipe does want to try something or try a stage with a similar tightness, right? Okay, saying no, going back to Dreamland, I think that's totally fine. Feels kind of risky to do that on a game 5 or excuse me, game 4 when you're down, right? So I think it should still be fine.
Yeah, I personally, back when I used to play Puff, I did feel like probably the hardest part of this matchup was that it felt like Fox just had a kind of big stage advantage. Dreamland is kind of like your textbook counter pick, and it's just not that bad for Fox. Like, you can kind of leverage the space effectively if he knows how to do that. And then, like, the good stages for Fox, Pokemon Stadium, Final Destination, both of those are just like so difficult for Puff, I would say.
They're so
Makes
bad.
it really difficult for the matchup in general.
Yeah, no, I totally feel it. I've had similar feelings. When I played Sheik for a while, Dreamland is supposed to be really good, but yeah, I just found it kind of annoying sometimes because it's hard to lock Fox down. He has so much space. He can basically kind of choose when to approach. He can shoot lasers from afar. That's exactly what Dacky is doing right now. Just making it so hard for Webwipe. And yeah, another, just not hitting the up B. Not feeling happy about this match so far, right? Webwipe.
But it's not going as bad as before, and there's still a lot of opportunities for this to be turned around. Just as I say that, though, trading there,
Nope, it's as bad. It's as bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. Webwipe's really struggling, but got a root for the BC homie. Let's hope that Webwipe can adapt a bit, turn things around, maybe find a couple grabs, and see if he can get summoned. This could be big. Yep.
Oh, wow. He actually continued that. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, Webwipe still 50%. Not too bad if he can take this kill right now. I mean,
I think a big thing for me when I used to play Puff, I felt like if I had a stock to play with and I could still do rest, it felt like anything was possible. You know what I mean? Like, I can always kind of get a couple like crazy gimps, and then like get a rest, and all of a sudden I'm back in it. And right now, like Webwipe is in that situation. If he gets this edge guard and then gets a rest, suddenly we're right back to kind of normal. It's one stock apiece. So, he should be saying to himself, like, this is definitely winnable. 18%, that is still at a point where you can kill off of up the rest if you can get it. So
that was an opportunity, but yeah, I mean, Dacky's just making it so hard so far. Honestly, Dacky, like, playing Dreamland super well. Like, it's rare that you see Foxes, even like top Foxes, play this map this well, right? Like, taking advantage of all of, like, just like the space, the top platform. Oh, but okay, as I say that, double back air, yeah, that's gonna be it. So this is all on Webwipe right now.
Let's go,
like,
Webwipe, man. Look at
all
this.
you can
Like,
ask
he really turned it around. Biased commentator. Sorry.
But then Dacky, oh my god, giving Webwipe a quick 69%, 70.
Oh, is that gonna be it?
Smash DI. Okay, we're finally seeing it come out. What? Oh, this is so big. Oh, I think he's gonna. No!
Oh my gosh!
Oh!
No way. Webwipe was hurting after that one. Just barely didn't convert. Oh. Good stuff.